These 128 gigabyte pen drives are produced by Shenzhen in China, and a relatively new large storage capacity. It takes advantage of the new production facilities in the Far East. Manufacturers signed exclusive contracts with three retail organisations in three different countries: in Brazil with the Rio Olympic Committee, in New Zealand with tourismnet.nz, and in Scotland with the Edinburgh International Festival. These are exclusive contracts with products aimed at one of three markets: the youth market, in terms of music, action sports, and video gamers. The pen drives will be sold with 50% content in them, produced by the individual organisations, and 50% space for storage of the owner's own content. Each pen drive costs £3.45 at cost price. The preliminary graphics here would apply the students have to identify one company, in this case probably New Zealand, and two target markets, and generate a design folio to create a range of possible graphic design proposals that would satisfy the specific company's core activities relating to the target market, the one that they've chosen. Design a point of sale package to hold and display a specific 128 gig pen drive. Target markets of your chosen organisation. Investigating graphics of logos, illustrations, typography, colour, barcodes, product name, company organisation, information, contact details, social media, etc. Initial thoughts on this page are followed up by some early research in the pages to follow. So starting point for this project, we're going to look at this little pen drive, or an idea for marketing this through a company who's given a price and a product, two exclusive contracts to three countries and three organisations. The candidate's got to choose. So what we've done here is we're looking at the starting point for this one was to look at New Zealand. New Zealand being one of the clients, and the client is the tourist information side of things. With a website, and they're going to look at how you might put together a package specifically for them with their graphics and the existing corporate identity, and identify two main areas, two main markets. First one, the target market would be for a youth music market, and the second one is for an action sports market, both of which are pretty popular in New Zealand. So initial research, this is just done just to show how this might go down. Unfortunately, it's not a video of the actual recording of this. This was done on pencil on a sketch pad. So we've just taken a photograph of it and just revealing how this has been laid out by a reveal type method. So we've got the New Zealand thing, we've got the idea it's going on a pen drive. The investigation really is to look at the youth market. There's a whole range of different types of music here. And again, with the action sports, a little bit of investigation in New Zealand, you can see the types of sports, action sports that take place there. There's quite a wide range. So the idea now is to get some graphics that would stimulate interest, would draw attention, attract somebody's attention towards this area. So what we've done now is just taken a series of screen captures of the layers building up. In this case, in Photoshop, other applications can do this. We've done a quick render in Photoshop to add these parts, these colours in by identifying areas. Just to give a little bit of highlight, there's a couple of drop shadows in there. There's a leaf just gone on top with the shadow on it. And now we're starting to pull in sports from the list. So we've got some powder skiing, we've got some jet boat stuff from canyoning, we've got some music influences coming in for this dance, or it's traditional, or it's folk, or it's linking back to the old country, if you like. We've got the Pacific Rim type of images with a very Asian type feel to it, and then back into action sports. So we've got snowboarding, skiing, we've got the views from the mountains in the Southern Alps. We've got some events and choral and singing events that are big in New Zealand. And again, just pulling in and placing a collage, if you like, by feathering images, giving them soft edges, putting them front and behind, some with a little drop shadow in it, just to reinforce this idea of the two target markets. So from motocross and mountain biking and surfing and skiing and canoeing and canyoning and helicopter works, motocross, the whole range there, music industry, from traditional right the way through to the sort of roots from some Scottish roots indeed in New Zealand. second page we're going to look at this now was again initially a hand-drawn page which was taken into Photoshop, and spot colour just dropped into areas to give backgrounds to make some of the areas on the white page stand out a little bit more. Now what's been done is this page from Photoshop was taken into a hand drawing application that allowed you to work with a graphics pencil, a graphics tablet, in this case it was an iPad Pro, and to enhance this page by bringing out features that possibly could be seen more in relief. Now again, this is not for a video presentation, so this was all done, and what we're doing this now is just trying to superimpose the work that was done back on, but not in real time. So using different colours to highlight parts, maybe to draw your attention to questions or facts, and then maybe adding some additional text that was maybe not quite covered in the initial one. Some softer airbrush work with pens to spray in and add colour and shadows to existing enclosed surfaces, using Magic Wand tools, using different tonal values of colours have been used, and with the graphics pen, just to write additional notes alongside. So we're building up a page of possible point of sale display information. So looking at those parts, we've got to look at a slightly bigger one now. Rather than the small package, the mini page we've looked at before, look at some basic forms, or this idea of fundamental design, look at some basic shapes, adding and subtracting shapes to build up a series of possible card or plastic bubble blister pack type displays. So looking at the elements, and at the moment it's the design elements, we're looking particularly at things like images and line and shape, and going on later on to things like colour and texture. Really identifying those parts and putting these down onto these very simple rectangular or geometric type shapes. Some a little bit more representational, there's a little ski tip in there somewhere, some ovals. But carrying on the earlier research to do with looking how it's going to be put together is quite important at this stage. So methods of hanging we looked at earlier on. This one here, we're going to look at taking these basic forms and adding some sort of surface ideas, maybe some mountain shapes, snow, blue skies, but putting in text, putting in some headlines, some major focal points in terms of text. Maybe additional text would go in terms of columns or footers for some media links, whatever that might be. So this page is just showing how we're going to link these parts together. Nothing too detailed at the moment. We're just considering length, width, maybe even a double pack here. We have 2 pen drives in it with additional information. You can record on one, and you can get information, music, events, detail of competitions in the area. So we're building these up, predominantly using a lot of white and blue, but remember again, we've also got the idea of the sea, so maybe some blues and greens in a pack that may have a more sort of action sports surf type idea in here. So again, just putting this, floating these in, airbrush type tools, lightweight tools to suggest transparency and shadow and highlight. Even just something as simple as plopping some pink in here to a piece of card to show how that might go together. So the sketch at the moment, just playing with ideas. The pen at the moment, on this graphics tablet, the iPad Pro, just jotting down notes as they go along. This sort of thing that could easily be done manually. Just showing here as an alternative way of going about doing this, by no means the only way of doing it. So the multi-plaque idea is taking legs down here, but again, they've got to be stand-up, fit in a box, wall-mounted, hanging on hooks. These are all possibilities from earlier on, but looking how the basic elements could be arranged on these pages, just really to get the ball rolling. From this, the multi-pack idea sounds good, it adds value to it, but so could the packaging. So maybe a more sophisticated package, something that's going to be a bit more eye-catching, maybe something that pulls together 3 or 4 ways of holding it. Maybe a booklet, something that can freestand, can fit in a box and hang. So this idea of a bubble pack that's in a 2-fold booklet, or a single-fold booklet here, where information is inside, which you'd open up to, maybe a little magnetic corner to hold it shut. Again, just looking at possibilities of using elements and basic shapes.